This is William Shatner for the National Safety Council. Industrial hygiene. Every day in the world around us, we are confronted with health and safety hazards and environmental exposure threats. The cost of injuries, illness, and death from these hazards runs more than $140 billion each year. There are solutions. You, as a supervisor, can play a role in reducing these health risks by being aware of good industrial hygiene practices in your workplace.
I work with chemicals all day, but I've been trained to use them correctly.
My job is really noisy, but I wear hearing protection.
I have to do a lot of bending, and after a couple of hours, my back starts to bother me. I've even had to miss work a few times.
I get pretty uncomfortable at times and sweat a lot. Sometimes I even get a heat rash.
I'm in and out of the cooler all day. I'm warm, and then I'm cold. I never feel good.
Supervisors should pay close attention to complaints of physical discomfort, headaches, back pains, nausea, or even sleepless nights. Ask questions and listen. These complaints are possible warning signs. Refer the worker to a physician, evaluate the problem, and act immediately to control it. Work-related illnesses, accident injuries, and disabilities translate into lost productivity, time, and money. Be alert to the signs of a potential problem.
As a supervisor, I'm responsible not only for supervising people, but also for the health and safety of my workers. Often you can anticipate a problem by checking the job safety analysis. It points out a job's potential hazards.
Industrial hygiene is the art and science of anticipating, recognizing, evaluating, and controlling occupational health hazards in the workplace. Watching for potential hazards from chemicals, dust, excessive noise, or extreme temperatures, repetitious movements, even poor lighting. Anything on the job that could create stress.
I take any complaint seriously. Headaches, stress, eye strain, back pains, whatever. This worker has a complaint of feeling lightheaded.
I don't know. I've been feeling kind of dizzy at work the past week, but I feel fine when I get home. Because of our safety meetings and hazard communication training, I'm more aware of the chemicals I use, so I called you. I'm sorry to complain.
No, it's okay. Let's look into it. Let's think about what you might have been doing that might be causing the problem.
The next step in this case should be to recognize the problem.
Have you changed the ink formula recently? Well, what's different? What can we eliminate? Bedding system seems to be working okay.
I've been cleaning the equipment with this solvent, but I've done that before.
Is this a new solvent?
It might be a different brand. I don't know.
Is anyone else using it?
No.
Okay, Betty. I'll tell you what. I want you to quit using this until we can evaluate the problem. In the meantime, go check in with the nurse. And when you're done there, just go on with your regular work. I'll have an answer for you in a couple of hours.
The next step is to evaluate the problem. If you as a supervisor are not sure of the actual source of the hazard or problem, call for help from your industrial hygienist, safety coordinator, or your manager.
It contains an organic solvent which may be giving her the symptoms she is experiencing. It appears to be mildly toxic under certain circumstances, particularly when inhaled or in contact with the skin. How is she using it?
On a cleaning rag, pretty close to her face, an hour or so each day for the last week or so. It's a small part of her daily job.
Are there any other ways she's using this solvent?
After you've recognized the potential hazard and have carefully gone through the evaluation process, the last step is to take action and control the problem. First, eliminate the worker's exposure from the task until a permanent solution can be found. As a supervisor, you have several options. You can substitute a less toxic chemical. You can modify the process or equipment, or issue personal protective equipment. If the first two controls aren't feasible, in this case, the supervisor chose as a temporary option personal protective equipment.
Temporarily inhaling that solvent generally does not cause serious harm. However, you still may have the dizziness symptoms. So let's play it safe. We'll issue you some personal protective equipment for your operation.
I should have checked the label and the MSDS on that new solvent we used. I didn't know it was new solvent. It looked just like the old one we used.
Now that we've gone through the fit test procedure, let's double check to make sure your respirator provides a good seal to your face. As you know, you may adjust the straps to get a tighter fit. Also, use these gloves at your operation. This equipment should help prevent the symptoms you have been complaining about.
Thanks. I thought maybe I was imagining things. I'm really glad you found a reason.
There was a reason. Remember to wear this protective equipment until you're finished with the cleaning operation. And when you're done, bring it back here so it can be checked out before it gets used again. And Betty, if you have any trouble, let me know.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Occupational health is vital to any plant and its workers. Potential health problems can vary from workplace to workplace. From workers inhaling concentration